I ran across this article by accident. I'm really not a fan of, I don't even know why it's popping up, because I'm really not a fan of this press, you know, but I'll be honest, this particular story isn't half bad. I think bringing awareness to it, you know, was a good thing. But anyway, so if anyone's heard of, this is a dumb question, pretty much everyone has heard of the Yellowstone National Park, okay, and all of the bison and stuff that are there and all that. Okay, and we all know that bison, there's wild bison, and then there is bison that are farmed for meat, just like cattle. Okay, there's both kinds of bison existing in the United States. Okay, so we're talking about the wild bison of Yellowstone, that this one little calf, and you see here in the picture that I have, and like I said, I can't do too many screenshots because it's not a video, it's just an article. That's all it is. It's a read-through article. But anyway, that's really one of the only pictures that they've got of it. This man thinking, you know, that the calf is abandoned, and it might have truly been stuck. It might have truly been at least stuck, if not actually abandoned already, by its mother, who knows. But it got stuck in this river, and the man, you know, like any of us would do, seeing that it needs help, ran to help it and put it, you know, on the banks of the river so that it could walk away. Calf is not injured, it's fine. Okay. Apparently it's against the law, even if you're trying to help an animal, which is ridiculous. Apparently it's against the law to even interact at all with this wildlife. So what the man did, I don't see anything wrong there, even though they say that was wrong. All he did was say, okay, but then it became a spectacle, which most definitely is wrong. It became an immense spectacle. Had the man just freed it and then everyone gone about their business, I truly believe that it wouldn't have affected anything. But the problem is that people were driving by and stopping, you know, in the middle of the road, like dumb Americans like to do, taking video and everything, and they were basically creating a traffic jam. That's how many people were just stopping in the middle of the road, surrounding this poor little calf that just wants to be left alone. So that's the real problem. People that want to take images and you know, get film of something, and they surround it like that. They spook the herd, and you know, any chances of it naturally going back to its mother are completely lost in that moment, because there's like how many people, like 50, 100, 200 people, we don't know, but it was enough to block an entire road and cause traffic hazard. So, and I'll screenshot that part. I'll screenshot that part real quickly. So you can see what it actually, word for word, actually reads. But anyway, you know, it's interesting. The man is the one that's being charged with a misdemeanor, not the people that were actually causing the problem, but the man that actually just, you know, was trying to do the right thing and save the calf. You know, he's the only one that they're targeting, not the people who fucking caused an entire blockage of a road, which in of itself is very dumb. They tried to authorities finally got a hold of this calf, tried to reintroduce it to the herd, and it said that the herd rejected it, and they think it was because of all the people there. That is an understandable, plausible, okay? But the next thing that happened was just hideous. The next thing that happened is just unnecessary. Because the calf was abandoned by its herd, instead of saving it and maybe taking it to a zoo or taking it to a farm somewhere, a free range, farm, for keeping it for breeding purposes or something, because there are programs like that. There are free range farms that literally breed bison on the farm to get released into the wild. Okay, so literally that farm is trying to conservation effort, trying to release these bison, despite they being minimally handled by people. It's still technically a conservation effort where they are breeding these animals to eventually release them back into the wild. It's not even farming for meat, it's only conservation. So they keep them in these vast, huge, free range environments. But yet they keep tabs on them and they feed them a little bit if they have to, but most of the time I think that the interaction is kept at a minimum, okay? But it's enough interaction that, they make sure that the bison get what they need and not getting attacked by predators or anything. And, they have to herd them like sheep, to make sure that they stay, within the bounds of that free range environment. So, they have that interaction as well with the herding dogs and things like that. Okay, so you would imagine that if that exists, it wouldn't be a problem to take this calf to one of those conservation places, right? And have it, like I said, keep it for breeding, because it's not at all injured. It's fine. It's just been rejected by the herd for one reason or another, but it is completely fine. What do? They euthanize it. Simply because the herd rejects it. They don't try to do anything. They just euthanize the animal, and they say they, quote, are forced to euthanize it. Well, no, you're not. There's a lot of options other than euthanizing a baby bison, okay? And I just told you one of them, the conservation places, okay? I guess if you really want to, you can take it to a farm, raise it up, and then decide what you want to do with it from there, But at least you don't have to kill a newborn little baby thing that hasn't even gotten a chance to live its life. Perfectly good and healthy, I understand that it was causing hazards, for people that were surrounding this calf. Okay, I get that. But couldn't you just take it, like I said, a zoo, a conservation, breeding program, a farm? There's so many options, that you could save. And what's wrong with it? Nothing. What is wrong? What is so wrong about that? I mean, think about this, okay? Think about this for a second. There have been stray wolves that, if they wander out of Yellowstone, there's been stories. I knew someone like this. I legit knew someone like this, where a stray, lost, abandoned pup finds its way, into someone's trash or something. And, as long as it's not within the bounds of the Yellowstone, okay, you're allowed to take that animal to a sanctuary and raise it up and maybe reintroduce it to the wild later, but at least save its life. If that pup wanders out of Yellowstone, you are completely 100% allowed to do that. So why are you not allowed to do it within Yellowstone? Because if that bison had not been in Yellowstone and it had wandered into someone's backyard, that'd be completely all right to take it to a rehabilitation centre. There'd be nothing wrong with that, and there'd be no question about it. And like I said, if it imprints, then maybe you can't release it into the wild because it's got too much human connection. But if it doesn't imprint, you can at least keep it for some kind of, like I said, conservation, zoo effort, something. This is ridiculous. Just because it's in Yellowstone, that you can't help it, that you have to kill it just because the herd abandon it. This is sinister. This isn't just dumb. Okay, this isn't just negligence. This is just sinister, and there's no reason for it. So it makes me really question, what is the real purpose of this nature preserve? Because I thought it was to help wildlife. And obviously what they're doing with this is hurting wildlife. And like I said, I totally understand all the people swarming that calf should have never happened. That is wrong. But the man that tried to save the calf's life, he was just trying to help it. He should not be fined. He should not be charged with any sort of anything, even if it's just a misdemeanor. I don't care. He shouldn't be charged with anything, because he had the intent of just trying to help and save an animal. And he wasn't the problem. He wasn't the group of 50 plus people crowding around blocking the entire road. He wasn't doing that. All he did was save it from the river. So you're punishing someone for being a hero, number one. Number two, you're not punishing all the people that were causing a very hazardous road blockage. So you're not punishing the people who need to be punished. You're punishing the hero. And on top of that, you fucking kill the animal that you say you are protecting. Does that make any sense to anyone? No. It makes me furious, because like I said, this isn't just someone doing something wrong and they know they're doing something wrong. This is people who robotically, like zombies, have no heart, no compassion, and they're the ones that are in charge of supposedly saving wildlife. This is immensely disturbing, and these people need to be... The people who killed the calf need to be arrested, in my opinion, not the man who tried to save it.